Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing some speed reviews on brand new drugstore makeup for 2022. So I have some things from Ulta. Also, I bought a few things from the Milani website and there is so much good stuff here and a couple of misses as well. I've been testing these out over the past week or so, so I definitely have some thoughts on these. And also, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jen. I do a lot of drugstore makeup reviews and also dupes here on my channel. So if that kind of content interests you, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. We'll start with, I guess, the new Milani stuff first. So the first product I wanted to talk about is their new Gilded Flora palette. So you guys know how I feel about their new formula. I really don't think it's as great as their older formula was, but they have some of the prettiest color stories. It's really hard for me to resist these. So this retails for $19.99 and I just loved this color story. You have these beautiful like lavender, rose, and lemon tones mixed with neutrals. I feel like it's just a really pretty, happy spring vibe, and it kind of reminds me of spring flower colors. So I just thought this was beautiful. It has 9 mattes and 6 shimmers. It also is a really nice mix of light, mid-tone, and deep shades. So there's a lot of variety in this palette, which I definitely appreciate. Again, I think the formula swatches beautifully, but I don't feel like it applies as well as it swatches. So here's just a quick look I did the other day, and I'll show you which shades I used. I used this one in my crease, which is My Pretty Peony, and then I used this deeper orchid color in my outer corner, and then the shade Bouquet up here on my lid, which is like a beautiful rose color, but it has gold, like a gold shift. It's a duochrome. It's absolutely stunning. And then Busy Bee, which is this yellow shimmer kind of in the inner corner. So I'll show you what that looks like. And although these shades all swatched really vibrantly, once I started applying them, I just feel like their new formula never looks vibrant on my eyes. It always looks a little bit faded. I think the mattes in particular are just really powdery and they sheer out easily. So even that orchid shade that looks really deep in the pan looks a lot more muted on my eyes. For me, I tend to wear more subtle looks, so it's not really the biggest deal, but if you want a lot more vibrancy or saturated color in your eyeshadows, I don't feel like this is going to be the best formula for you necessarily. I love playing with them, and honestly, if Milani would go back to their old formula, I feel like they would have the best drugstore eyeshadows hands down, because I think their color stories and their packaging is just, it's stunning, especially for the price. I feel like they would be able to compete with all the higher end brands, and I just think they're really innovative with the new shades that they're coming out with every season. So I feel like this is a really pretty spring palette. I'll definitely use it. Is it my favorite formula? Definitely not. Another new product I got from Milani is their Fruit Fetish lip oil, and this retails for $9.99. It comes in 4 different shades and flavors. I got raspberry peach, and this has a blend of hazelnut, sunflower, coconut, and jojoba oils, as well as vitamin E. And it has a giant doe foot applicator, very similar to the Clarins lip oils. I would even go so far as to call this a dupe for those, because it has that same really thick, nourishing texture that stays on your lips for a while, instead of those thinner lip oils that kind of sink in and disappear right away. And I find that this leaves your lips with a really dewy, hydrated look with just a hint of color, and it feels amazing. I'm actually wearing it right now. Also, the scent is incredible. Again, I have the raspberry peach one, but they have 3 other options. I think it's 3 other ones on their website, and they all sound really good. So I might actually pick up more of these. I think they're a great dupe for the Clarins or even the new Sigma lip oils at a much more affordable price. I also got another new lip product from Milani. This is their Flora Tinted Lip Balm. It retails for $7.99, and it's a shea butter lip balm with a really pretty cool toned pinky lavender color. The formula feels really nice as well. It's very hydrating and smooth. It's not sticky, and it has a unique kind of sweet lemon blossom scent. I don't normally like anything floral for my lips, but the sweet lemon balances it out really nicely, and it makes me think of springtime. It's just a really uplifting scent, especially with the snowy weather that we've been having. I've been enjoying just wearing this. It smells really good. It only comes in this one color, but I also feel like it's a really nice, happy color, and it's a little more unique than some of the other lip products that I have in my collection. It's not the most pigmented thing because it is a tinted lip balm, but that's totally fine for me, especially for everyday use. So I'm mainly mainly just around the house anyway. So I really liked this one as well. And then the last new product I got from Milani are these Gilded Flora eyeshadow sticks. These retail for $7.99 each. And I got 2 shades of these because they looked absolutely beautiful. Like they have a bit of a duochrome finish to them. And I got Electric Daisy and Rosewood. The third shade that they had was called I Lilac You, and that was a deep purple. I do prefer the lighter shades on my skin tone as just kind of a one and done sort of color. And I was so impressed by how these applied. Electric Daisy was a little bit more sheer and had slightly more sparkle. And then Rosewood was kind of like a bronzy purple. Absolutely stunning. I think both felt really nice and creamy and blended out nicely with a finger. And I think they just give a beautiful wash of color with that duochrome shift that adds a little bit of dimension. And they also didn't crease on me and they lasted most of the day. So I think these are amazing eyeshadow sticks at a really good price. I hope they come out with more shades, especially like these with the duochrome. I thought they were just so pretty. All right, so then moving on to my Ulta haul, I got the ColourPop Ticket to Dreamland palette. So when I initially saw this, my first reaction was to buy it. Then I was like, no, I have too much ColourPop. But then it went on sale 50% off. It was $9. So I decided to just throw it in my cart. I honestly couldn't resist this because of the outer packaging. So this just speaks to me so much. It's that combo of pink and turquoise with the gold accent that I just love. I love that combination. And also the carousel horses and the circus tent stripes. They just took me back to the boardwalk at the Jersey Shore where I've gone every single summer of my life. It just takes me back when I look at this cover. So I absolutely love it. Inside we have a beautiful color story with gold, pinks, those stunning orchid and emerald shades that are in the middle, and also some neutrals added in as well. And then formula-wise, you have a mix of matte and shimmer finishes, plus you have 4 of those matte shades with the micro glitters in them. Basically, all 4 shades on the bottom row have that. So I am wearing this palette on my eyes today. I used quite a bit of the colors. I used this yellow one and also the pink one, these 2 mattes on the top in my crease. And then for my outer corner, I used this deeper color that's kind of like almost the color of my sweater. And then I put this orchid shade in the middle of my lid and then the pink towards like the inner corner. And like all ColourPop palettes, I felt like it applied really nicely. Loved the pigmentation. I felt like it was very easy to blend out. So all in all, I like this one. I feel like it is more of a unique color story. You have a lot of color going on, but there's nothing too bright. So if I'm gonna wear more color versus neutrals, I would definitely go for something more like this that isn't super bright or neon. So this is definitely a really, really pretty one. And then also from Essence, they've added to their 6-pan eyeshadow palette collection. We have 2 new colorways. We have Nothing Compares to Nude and My Rose Will Go On. So they're continuing their music theme. I haven't tried this one on my eyes yet, but I feel like I know their formula so well. I have every single other one that they've come out with, and I love these. I think their formula is fantastic. It's one of the best that Essence has ever done. It's a really nice balance of pigmentation and blendability. I would say my only critique in both of these is that they're on the lighter side of the color spectrum. I think both of them could use at least one deeper shade that I could use to deepen up a look. I think both of them have light shades and mid-tones, but that's about it. The other palettes in this series, I felt like they had a really nice balance of shades that even with only 6 shades, I could easily do complete looks with them because they have the light, mid, and deeper tones. So I was a little bit disappointed as far as that went, but I will definitely still be using these, especially I feel like since I have a lighter skin tone, I can. But that being said, I will still use these, especially when I just want to do a lighter look. I don't always use deeper colors, like in my outer corner, let's say. So when I want something just a little bit more light and airy, I'll definitely pick these up. These are great. Also from Essence, we have a new lip liner. This is their Stay 8 Hours lip liner. It's waterproof and it does have a sharpener on the bottom as well. I have the shade Just Perfect and these claim to last 8 hours, no smudging or budging, and they're waterproof. I have a lot of lip liners that I love, so I wasn't expecting to be really wowed by this, but oh my gosh, this is the smoothest, creamiest formula I have ever used in a lip liner. Normally, even though I do fill in my lips on occasion instead of just lining, I feel like even the creamiest lip liners, they still kind of drag or tug at your lips a little bit. This did not do that at all. I just filled it in like I would a normal lipstick. It was so smooth. And I also didn't feel like I had to top it with a lip balm. When I put this on, my lips looked smooth. They didn't take on that kind of shrivelly appearance like they sometimes do if I put on something a little more drying. I just filled in my lips and then walked away, and I never felt like I needed a lip balm throughout the entire day. Not only that, it lasted through my lunch, and then during the afternoon, I had a snack. I was drinking water. I had a Diet Coke at one point, and it just stayed put. I already ordered some more colors because I was afraid that once people discover these and how amazing they are, they're gonna sell out and they're probably gonna go viral on TikTok or something. So I wanna make sure I have a few more, but I thought this was beautiful. I actually am wearing it today as well underneath the Milani Fruit Fetish lip oil. So I just think this color is super stunning, but they did have some other ones that I was interested in as well. All right, so the next product was a little bit of a fail. It's partly my fault for not reading the description, but this is the Essence What the Fake Extreme Lip Plumper. So the original Essence What the Fake is one of my favorite lip plumpers because it's not one of those ones that stings or burns your lips. It actually kind of moisturizes and hydrates and plumps from within. So I often wear that one under lipstick because it just creates a really smooth canvas. I have a lot of lines in my lips, so I like how it kind of plumps those out and it makes my lips look really smooth before lipstick. So when I saw this one hit the Ulta website, I was like, ooh, they made a tinted version. I was so excited. And I basically read the first line of the description, which said it gives your lips an instant plump and stunning natural tint. I didn't go beyond that. So I got it home, I put it on, and my lips started burning immediately. And I was like, oh my gosh, am I allergic to something in here? Then I grabbed the package and looked again, and it says plumping lip filler with chili extract. It's right there on the front. So then I was like, how the heck did I miss that? I actually went back on the Ulta website and it does say it. It's just a little further down in the description. So that was strike one for this because I feel like the lip plumpers that irritate your lips just dry them out, and I have dry lips to begin with. It's the middle of the winter in New England, so I really didn't want that. Another thing is that the color in here is one of those pH shifting things, so those always end up making my lips look like a really bright, very unnatural shade of hot pink. So this was definitely not what I was expecting it to be. Again, completely my fault because it says both of those things in the description. I just didn't read it. I was just assuming it was a tinted version of my beloved What the Fake original. I feel like they would have had a really winning product if they had taken that original formula and just maybe made a few different shades. I think that would have been so cool. Kind of like how City Lips has their original clear version and then they made colors as well. So I feel like they should do that and just maybe skip the chili extract next time. Essence also has a brand new mascara, and I love their mascaras as a general rule. I mean, I don't love every single one, but for the most part, I've had really great luck with them. And this is the Double Trouble mascara. So I loved the tube. I love the hot pink. I feel like this looks very 80s and reminds me a bit of my childhood and mascaras that I would see from that time. This claims to be a hybrid mascara. It has a double-sided brush for extra volume, length, curl, and definition. So one side of the brush is like your traditional mascara wand. The other side of the brush is one of those silicone wands with like short little spiky teeth. So when I was applying this, I used the fluffy side of the brush first, and then I kind of flipped it and used the silicone side to just comb out any clumps. Not that there really were any, but it just kind of helped to smooth everything, separate my lashes a little bit more. And I actually really like this. Here's my before and after. I feel like it gave my lashes really nice length and volume. Maybe not quite as much as Lash Princess, but I'm also thinking that once this dries out a little bit, it's going to be even better. I rarely like mascaras the first time I use it, and I actually did like this one the first time. So I think going forward, it'll probably just continue to get better. Another product I have been dying to try are these new L'Oreal Glow Paradise Lip and Cheek Tints. These are $13.99 each, and they hit the Ulta website, I want to say almost a month ago now, with some other new L'Oreal products, and they were out of stock in all the shades, so I guess they just hadn't gotten them in yet for whatever reason. I know there's shipping delays with pretty much everything these days, so that was probably what happened, but anyway, I just happened to check the other day when I was placing my order to see if they were in stock, and they were, so I ended up getting two different shades, Pink Serenity and Everlasting Coral. So these have a really interesting gel serum kind of texture, and you can use them both on lips and cheeks. So initially when I was swatching them, I thought these were going to be way too dewy and sticky for my cheeks because they just have that kind of feel, but it turns out that they do dry down all the way. They actually turn into more of a stain. So here's a look at me applying Pink Serenity first to my cheeks, and these are incredibly sheer. They actually remind me a lot of the Maybelline Cheek Heat blushes that I really didn't like. I know they're the same company, so it could be the same sort of concept. They don't really build up. Even if you add more layers, they still look very sheer. And on your lips, it starts out looking a little pigmented, but what it did was basically stain my bottom lip a lot more than my top lip, so it looks very uneven. My lips are not colored exactly the same. My bottom lip is a little darker than my top lip, but usually when I apply lip products, it kind of evens it out. And with this one, it really didn't do that. I also think my bottom lip is a little bit more dry than my top one, so it might have soaked up a little bit more of the color. It also stained my fingers for the entire rest of the day. I washed my hands multiple times and it still was not coming off. So it definitely does leave a little bit of a stain behind. Also, the other color, Everlasting Coral, was a little bit deeper, so that one showed up a bit more on me, and I really like this color a lot. But at the same time, it also tinted my lips unevenly, and honestly, I feel like these would be best for somebody who just wants a barely there wash of color. They do start out having a little bit of a dewy feel, but they quickly dry down just into a stain, and they don't feel particularly hydrating. So I wasn't super impressed with these, to be honest with you. I was hoping for more. I know L'Oreal used to have, I think it was in their Visible Lift line, they had a blush that was in a tube that was amazing, and I wish they still had those because they were so good. They had like a fluffy, moussey texture, and I think they were a little ahead of their time because now cream blushes are a big deal. I think people would buy those like crazy if they were to bring them back, but I feel like the only person that's really gonna like this is somebody who likes just very barely there makeup. Next up, I wanted to try the new NYX Plump Right Back Primer Serum. That was really hard for me to say for some reason. This is $17. It has 5 electrolytes plus hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, provitamin B5, magnesium, and potassium. It's supposed to be a gripping serum primer to help makeup stay fresh all day and give a dewy look to the skin. I find it to be extremely similar to Milk Makeup's Hydro Grip Primer and also the e.l.f. Jelly Pop, and they have the Mint Melt Primer. Those two are very similar as well. And now they have the new one called Power Grip. I feel like they're all kind of the same concept, but this one is $17 while the e.l.f. ones are $10. So this one is still cheaper than the Milk Makeup one. I find it to be very comparable. When I put this on, it does leave that really plumped, glowy look to my skin, and makeup does grip really well to it. So I do like this primer. I just feel like my e.l.f. one is almost identical. I don't know if the e.l.f. one has necessarily like the electrolytes and all the good ingredients that this one has. So if that's something that's important to you, then you may want to try this one. Or if you don't have the e.l.f. and you're looking for a dupe for the Milk Makeup, I think this would be a good option. I have the Milk Makeup one as well, and I really don't see a whole lot of difference between that one and this one. Next up, I also got a few things from Pacifica. This is their Kind Tint Tinted Serum Foundation. So this retails for $14. And it has vegan collagen, vitamin C, and hyaluronic acid, plus a hint of coverage. I got shade 22, which is the second to lightest shade. It ended up being way too light for me. There's only 8 shades in this range, so I don't feel like it's the greatest shade range, but this is so super sheer. I feel like each shade would definitely work like for a variety of skin tones. In fact, this is so sheer, I really don't notice much difference in my skin when I apply this. I do like a light coverage foundation, but I at least want it to even out my skin tone at the very least, and I didn't even really feel like this did that. Most tinted moisturizers or serum foundations will at least kind of hide the redness in my skin, even if they don't cover up dark spots or blemishes or anything. This didn't even hide the redness. I feel like the red areas on my chin and my nose were still very prominent. I did like how this looked like absolutely nothing on my skin. It looked really very skin-like. Couldn't tell that I was wearing a product at all, but for me personally, it wasn't enough. If you like just the barest of coverage, then you might want to give this one a try. I feel like it feels really nice on your skin. It doesn't look extra dewy or greasy, and it's also not matte. So it's really that perfect satiny skin-like finish. it just has almost no coverage. Another product I got from Pacifica is their new Fluffy Blushy. I love the name. I thought that was so cute. So a word of warning about this packaging, it's nearly impossible to open. I actually had to go downstairs. I have like this little rubbery, it's like a circle of kind of this rubbery material that I got, I don't know, like at a gift shop somewhere on vacation. It was like from a kitchen store. And you're supposed to put it on top of jars that are really hard to open. And it helps you grip the jar to open it a little more. And that's what I had to use to get this open. And even that was kind of a struggle. After the initial struggle of opening it, I tried it out, I closed it up. And then today for the video, I wanted to put it on again. And same thing, it was completely stuck. I didn't even think I closed it that tightly. So I had to go get that little rubber thing again and try to open it. So just a word of warning, the packaging is very difficult to open. And the product itself, to be honest with you, it's not super pigmented. So I got the shade Bloom. I thought it looked beautiful. It's a light pink with kind of a golden shift to it. I think it looks really nice, but it's just a super, super light color. And I'll show you just quickly me putting it on my cheeks for the video today. And I had to layer this thing up like 3 or 4 times, and even then it really wasn't enough. I had to go in and just use another blush. But again, if you like something that is very, very light, barely there makeup, I feel like this is kind of a trend that's happening right now. I think that you'll like this. I feel like it might be a great product for teenagers or somebody who's maybe just getting into makeup, because there's really no learning curve to this at all. You're not gonna overdo it on your cheeks. So I would say it's not really my cup of tea, but I think there's definitely people who would like these a lot. And then last but not least, you guys may have noticed that I am actually wearing false lashes today, which I don't think I've ever done here on my channel. I've actually never successfully worn false lashes in my entire life, but I was recently watching a video from Risa Does Makeup, and if you haven't checked out her channel, I highly recommend it, especially if you have hooded or downturned eyes. That's how I found her initially, looking for videos on how to do my makeup with hooded eyes. And she is a trained makeup artist, so she really just has so much knowledge, and she also has the same type of eyes that I do. So watching her do her makeup has really helped me so much. And she always has worn the false lashes, and I felt like it looked really good on her, but I was like, nope, I can never do them. They never work out. I've tried the lash glue, I've tried the magnetic ones. Nothing has worked for me. I felt like my eyes are the wrong shape. They're too small, nothing fit. So anyway, she had suggested trying an eyeliner that also doubles as a lash glue, and then applying lashes that have an invisible band. And I felt like that was probably the biggest thing for me, is that lashes with that black band. I just felt like it looked so obvious. And when you have hooded eyes, you don't have a lot of lid space. That black band would just take up so much room, and it would just look like you're wearing a big strip of false lashes. And the lash glue and eyeliner in one is genius. This is a game changer, and this totally helped me to be able to do it. So I got these from Amazon. These are from Kiss. They were Prime, so they came in like one day. And this is their So Wispy curated collection lashes, and then their lash glue liner. So this looks like just a regular black liquid liner. It does have a felt tip, which I don't really love compared to a brush tip, but I was able to work with it just fine. And all I did was just run this along my lash line and then quickly apply the lashes on top. So just before I show you me applying the lashes, I wanted to show you what I did. You'll see in this kit right here that the middle pair of lashes are shorter. That's because I cut them in half. The problem I've always run into with false lashes is that they're too long for me, and they're very awkward, and they always pop up either in the inner corner, the outer corner, whatever. And in Risa's video, she was saying that she cuts hers basically in half, and she cuts them in many different ways. But I thought that's such a great idea. I'm just gonna put them at the outer corner. So what I did is I'm using the inner part of the lash, not the outer part that's really, really long, because those are a little, I feel like, more dramatic. So I cut each lash strip in half and just took the inner corner. So I have the very inner corner. I started like right here in the middle. And then my outer corner is what was the very middle of the lash. And I feel like it's just enough. It's not too long or too bold or too crazy, but it definitely adds like some lift to my eyes. And putting down just that really short strip was so easy. And this eyeliner glue works so well. It just stuck right to it. It wasn't popping up or giving me any kind of trouble. And the invisible band, you can't even see. It just seamlessly applies right on top of your liner. And that's it. So I can officially say now that I can do false lashes, at least this kind. If you struggle with them like I have, I would definitely give this method a try. The hardest part of it for me was just actually applying the liquid liner, and to do that I really just try to lay it flat against my lash line and just draw the thinnest line I possibly can. I didn't even draw a wing with it or anything. I just went to, you know, about the edge here where the lashes would stop, and that's it. So just basically follow your lash line and you're good to go. So anyway, guys, those are all of the drugstore products that I've tried recently. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Also, I would love to hear from you guys down in the comments below if you've tried any of these products or if you're thinking about trying them and what your thoughts are. Again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you'd hit that subscribe button before you go. Thank you all so much. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I hope you stay safe out there. Take care, guys. Bye.